I need to go back in and add input 2, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Add audio input. It is microphone 2. Number 2, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's got a complicated, but there's a 2.
2 and then 2 at the bottom.
Yeah.
Hit OK.
Okay. You'll want to turn off that subway, the subway arrows, excuse me. You know, the green and yellow arrows that are pointing in either direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure that those are all.
Okay, so we've got audio. It's we got closed captions on the. It's picking up everything we're saying.
I see it moving. I see it moving to his voice.
So do I need to turn all these off?
No, it's just there you go. You're good. You'll want to
Which we're not in right now.
the ones.
Testing. All right. Good evening. Had some technical difficulties, but we're up and running now. The Chieftains have the lead here at Putnam City West, 7-0. And we've got the stream up and rolling. We apologize about that, but we are here on a Thursday night. This was supposed to be played tomorrow, but we made some adjustments, and we are up and rolling now. So if you're just now joining us, Chieftains lead here at Putnam City West, 7-0 with a minute left to go in the first quarter. The Chieftains had a 12-play drive, 48 yards for a touchdown on their last possession. The first possession for the Patriots, the Chieftains held them to 0 yards, 3 plays, and a punt. The Patriots have 2nd and 10 here from their own 45. Jansen James takes snaps, hands it off to nowhere to go. Sequoia Hall in on the stop. That'll be a 3-yard loss. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV. Thank the Chieftain TV crew for making this possible. And our radio listeners for tuning in on ESPN 99.9 FM, ESPN Tulsa. All right, the Patriots have a 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 from their own 38-yard line. The sophomore quarterback, Jansen James, is in the backfield. 2 tight ends, both sides of the line of scrimmage, running back in the pistol look. Jansen takes a snap, looks across the middle of the field, fires a shot down the field. He's got a man open. And it's caught. It's going to be a 20-yard reception to Obama Bell. And that'll get the ball down inside of Chieftain territory for the first time tonight on the 41-yard line. Putnam City West is looking for their first win of the season. Spalp is looking to move to 4-2, 3-0 in district play. and we're going to have a timeout on the field. End of the first quarter. So if you're just now joining us, we apologize. Had a few technical difficulties. We got everything worked out now. We're up and ready to go. And we'll take just a short break and be back, hopefully, for the rest of the game at the start of the second quarter. Thank you. Welcome back. Putnam City Patriots are inside of Chieftain territory for the first time tonight. Ball's on the 41-yard line. 2 tight ends in the game, 2 receivers out wide, running back in the pistol. And we're going to have a penalty. We'll see who this is on. It looks like it's going to be a false start on the Patriots. And if you're just now joining us, Chieftains lead 7-0 at the start of the second quarter. Chieftains look to move to 3-0 in district play tonight, and Putnam City West is looking for their first win of the season. Jansen James, a sophomore, in at quarterback. He takes a snap, looks right, takes another shot downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Good coverage there by number 6, Messiah Fielder. They're trying to go back to number 1, Obama Bell, a talented receiver who's just a junior, but he makes a lot of plays. And that'll be 2nd and 15 for the Patriots coming up. Ball on the 47-yard line. The Chieftain defensive line shifts. Takes a snap. It's a jet sweep. Trying to get to the outside. Cuts it up the field and looks like that'll be good for about a 2-yard gain. Number 11 there on the carry, Weaver Kendall. And it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Patriots. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Patriots starting to find some success. And they'll come out in the same formation with 2 tight ends, a running back in the pistol, and 2 receivers out wide. Looks like Obama Bell has man-to-man coverage with Emmanuel Johnson for the Chieftains. The quarterback will take the snap, hands it off up the middle, and there's nowhere to go. Looks like that'll be good for about a 1-yard gain, bringing up 4th and 6 for the Patriots. We've got a helmet off for Chieftain. Cade Buxton will come out of the game. Jackson Mills checks back in for Cade Buxton, an inside backer. It'll be 4th and 6. Looks like the Patriots are going to go for it inside of Chieftain territory on the 37-yard line. And again, it'll be the same formation for the Patriots. 2 tight ends, a running back in the pistol. Jansen takes a snap, looks to hand off, play action pass. He's got a man, and it's going to be incomplete. No penalty on the play, and the Chieftains will get the ball on offense now for their 3rd possession of the game. Good 4th down stop there from the Chieftain defense, getting off the field, getting the ball back to the offense. So if you've been following along with the Chieftains, it's been an interesting season. Battled through some injuries and some adversity. But nonetheless, since conference play started, they've been able to get the job done, winning the first 2 district games. This one is a big one, obviously. Looks like they're going to need to get to about 4 wins to get into the playoffs. So got to start right here tonight, get that 3rd win. As the schedule is going to get progressively tougher as the season goes on. So here come the Chieftains. They'll take over on their own 37-yard line. Braddock's brought in the gun with Levi Jensen to his right. He takes a snap, looks across the field, fires a deep shot, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended target was number 17, Bryce Curran. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Chieftains. Levi Jensen coming off that big game last week, over 100 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, was the Fox 23 Player of the Week. Talked to him before the game. He's looking for another big night tonight. And the Chieftains come out with 2 tight ends. Levi Jensen to the left. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off to Levi. Cuts up the left side. 1 man to beat. And he beats him. He's across midfield, dragging a defender. It looks like he's going to go out of bounds at about the 39-yard line inside of Patriot territory. Another good hard run for Levi there. Chieftains are leading 7-0 inside of 11 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter. It looks like they placed him out at the 40-yard line. Chieftains in spread formation. Deshaun Coach into the game at running back. Braddock takes a snap, looks across the middle of the field, fires a pass, and it's going to be dropped. Looks like he had a man open for a second. Would have been a tough catch there on the sideline. And once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV and our radio listeners for tuning in on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. 2 tight ends into the game for the Chieftains. Rylan Watson, Logan Mason, Deshaun Koch in the backfield. And Braddock takes a snap, hands it off. He got an opening. He's across the 20. Looks like he's going to be down to about the 17-yard line. Big run from number 10, Deshaun Koch, inside the red zone. Great job by the offensive line, opening up a huge hole for Deshaun. The Chieftains will make some substitutions. A couple of wide receivers into the game for the tight ends. They're going to go spread formation again. Deshaun in at tailback. They got trips formation to the top of the field. 1 receiver at the bottom. Braddock takes a snap, looks left, steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush. He's going to fire a shot to the end zone. And it's going to be just over the head. It was caught, but it's going to be out of bounds. Intended target was number 2, Landon Barber. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. The Chieftains inside the red zone for the 2nd time tonight. Logan Mason and Rylan Watson will check back into the game. Deshaun Koch still in the game at running back. With 2 tight ends at the top, 2 receivers out wide, Deshaun in the pistol. And Braddock takes the snap, hands it off to Deshaun, bounces outside, cuts it back inside, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Chieftains. Deshaun Koch with a 17-yard rush for the Chieftains to put them up 13-0 with 9 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Big-time run from Deshaun. Had 9 carries last week for 87 yards. And Michael Bennett, we haven't seen him at running back yet tonight, but he also had over 100 yards on the ground last week. And obviously I talked about Levi having 100 yards and 4 touchdowns. So this running game for the Chieftains, picking up where they left off last week. As Mr. Jack Madden's out for the extra point. Kicks away, and it's good. Chieftains take a 14-0 lead here at Putnam City West with 9 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Great start for the Chieftains. Looking to continue their win streak here in district play. Putnam City West is looking for their first win of the season. They've been outscored 256-13 and have not scored a point since week 1. Got a new coach from Putnam City North, Ricky Bell, the former defensive coordinator of Putnam City North, looking to turn this program around. And they've shown some flashes tonight. Got a great receiver, Obama Bell. He's made some plays. But as you can tell, there's a huge discrepancy on the sideline. I think they got about 22 players here to play this game tonight. It's a tough matchup for anyone. So the Chieftains will kick off. Jack Madden awaiting the whistle. And Jack Madden kicks it off. It's end over end pooch kick. Going to bounce down about the 35. It's caught. It misses a tackle, avoids a few tackles, and the Patriots return this across midfield to the 48-yard line, where they'll start with good field position. And we're inside of 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Chieftains lead 14-0. The ball is going to be placed at the 47-yard line inside of Chieftain territory. And we'll see who takes the snap at quarterback. Looks like it's going to be the sophomore again, Jansen James. And they'll come out in a similar formation. 2 H-backs, a running back in the pistol. 2 wide receivers out wide. Chieftains showing press coverage. He takes a snap, hands it off. It's bobbled, but he cuts it up the middle for about a 4-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 7, the 44-yard line inside of Chieftain territory. Atkins Garcia with the carry. The junior running back. And Putnam City's got 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers at the bottom of the field, 1 up top, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout called by Putnam City West. Well, Chieftains lead 14-0 with 8 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and our radio listeners for tuning in on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. We'll take a short break and be right back. And we're back. It'll be 2nd and about 7 for the Putnam City Patriots inside of Chieftain territory. Ball on the 44-yard line. They come out with an H-back, 2 receivers to the bottom. The running back, Atkins Garcia in the pistol formation. Sophomore quarterback. Looks like he's going to motion the receiver out. Takes a snap, drops back, looks across middle field, fires, and it's going to be incomplete. Ball hit the ground before it got to the receiver. And if you're just now joining us, thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier on, but we are here and up and running thanks to the athletic director, Mr. Rose, for making this possible. It would not have been possible without him tonight. He's doing it all. Running the camera, setting up the live stream. So we appreciate him. And we're inside of 8 minutes here left to go in the second quarter. Chieftains lead 14-0. It's going to be 3rd and long here for Putnam City West. 2 receivers at the bottom screen, an H-back and a running back in the game. And they'll motion the H-back over. Chieftains looking to bring some pressure here. And it looks like it's going to be a false start. Chieftains were showing pressure before the snap and got one of the O-linemen to jump, and that'll back them up even more. So it's going to be about 3rd and 11 here for the Patriots. Not an ideal position to be in. 3rd and long. This Chieftain defense has been great all year on 3rd down. Ball on the 48-yard line. Putnam City in the same formation. And the Chieftains are showing pressure again. We'll see if they decide to bring it this time. It takes a snap, looks across the middle field, and it's going to be picked off. Picked off. Jace McIntosh with the interception. He's across midfield to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 5. Touchdown, Chieftains. Jace McIntosh with the pick 6. I don't see any flags on the play. Check. I don't see anything. And I think that's going to stand for the Chieftains. Jace McIntosh with the 3rd interception of the year. But that was a big one. And maybe we do have a flag. I didn't see one, but they're bringing the ball back. Still waiting. And they're bringing the ball all the way back. There is a flag down here, the 50-yard line, way away from the play. So we'll see. Got a holding on the return. So the interception will stand. The Chieftains will get the ball back. They'll just have a lot of field to work with here. Chieftains lead 14-0. 7 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Another big-time play from Jace McIntosh. He's been great all year. That's his 3rd interception of the season. Talented senior linebacker, great leader of the defense. Makes a lot of plays. So the Chieftain offense will come out. Looks like Levi Jensen will be in the backfield with Braddix. A tight end and H-back up top. 2 receivers out wide, Bryce Curran and Landon Barber. Ball on the 41-yard line. Braddix takes snaps, hand up to Levi. And he's met in the middle, but it's still going to be good for about a 2-yard gain. Now to get the ball to the 45-yard line inside of Chieftain territory. A couple substitutions for the Chieftains. Number 3, A.J. Motam will check into the game, along with Judd Merrill. Chieftains in a tight formation. 2 receivers at the top, 2 receivers at the bottom. Braddix takes a snap, looks left, fires across to Levi out of the backfield. That's going to be good for a 5-yard gain. Levi running the wheel route out of the backfield. It's a good tackle there from the Patriots. He only had 1 man to beat, and that would have been a touchdown. But good rally from the Patriots there. And it'll be 3rd and short here for the Chieftains. Ball on the 49-yard line. And 2 tight ends back to the game, Rylan Watson and Logan Mason. In the pistol formation. Braddix takes a snap. Hands it off to number 10, Deshaun Koch, who's going to be tripped up. Looks like he may have got 1 yard there. Tripped up in the backfield. And the Chieftains have a decision to make. It looks like the offense will stay on the field. And I don't blame them. This defense has been solid all year long. So 4th and 2. 4th and 2 for the Chieftains. Ball on the 50. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout from Putnam City. And we will. So the Chieftains lead 14-0. Just under 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And again, this was a game that was supposed to be played on Friday. Things changed early on in the week. We're here on Thursday. And what an opportunity. Still way too hot for October. We should be in hoodies right now, but instead we're sweating in short sleeves. But nonetheless, great night for football here in Oklahoma. The Chieftains have scored on 2 out of 3 possessions the night, and Putnam City West has struggled to get much going offensively. They had 1 big play, about a 20-yard pass play. That's been about all they've been able to do on the offensive side of the ball. And here come the Chieftains, 4th and 2. Ball on the 50-yard line. Number 10, Deshaun Koch in the backfield. 2 tight ends into the game. Well, really a tight end and H-back. Deshaun is to the left of Braddock. Braddock takes snap, hands it off to Deshaun. Cuts it up the middle. And I don't know if he got there. It's going to be close. Looks like it will be enough to move the chains. And that's good for a 3-yard gain. It's a good, tough run by Deshaun. Was met in the middle there, was able to break a tackle and fall forward enough to get the first down. The Chieftains are inside of Patriot territory. Ball on the 47-yard line. A.J. Matan had a big game last night. Checks into the game. He's at the bottom of the screen. Chieftains go empty formation. And Braddock takes snap, looks left, fires it across the field, and it's caught. They're going to say incomplete. Incomplete. It looks like the ball may have hit the ground before it got to the intended target, Bryce Curran, number 17. And it's going to be 2nd and long for the Chieftains. Ball on the 47-yard line inside of Patriot territory. Braddock's brought in the game at quarterback. Levi Jensen to his right. And he takes a snap, hands it off to Levi, cuts it up the middle, makes a man miss, and it looks like that's going to be good for about a 6-yard gain. Another good hard run by Levi. Offensive line's been playing good. Starting 3 sophomores along the offensive line. That's where they lost most of their experience last year, graduated some seniors. And this offensive line continues to get better and better each week. It's tough when you're a young man playing offensive line. There's a lot of things to remember. You got to know where you're working to each and every play. Very important position on the football field. So 2 tight ends into the game. 2 receivers at the bottom. Braddock takes snaps. Going to be counter. Levi cuts it outside. Nobody left to beat. He's across 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Chieftains. Number 23, Levi Jensen there with a 42-yard run for a touchdown. This man had over 100 yards last week and 4 touchdowns on the ground. He's picking right back up where he left off. And Mr. Jack Madden, number 37, will come out to kick the extra point. Chieftains go up 20-0 over the Patriots. 4 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Looks like there's already a flag on the play. It's going to be offsides on the Patriots. Chieftains will decline it. You can't get much closer than that when you're trying to kick an extra point. Jack Madden's been solid all year. Snaps away, holds good, ball's kicked away, and it's good. Chieftains take a 21 lead over the Putnam City West Patriots. 4 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. And the Chieftains are rolling, looking to go 3-0 in district play. We'll step aside for a short break. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV and our radio listeners for tuning in on KYAL AM 1550 and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. For just now joining us, the Chieftains took a 21-0 lead over the Patriots with 4 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. And we've had a flag here on the play. It looks like a player was ejected from the game. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty enforced on the kickoff. Chieftains will be kicking off from the Patriots' 45-yard line. Jack Madden back out to kick again. Very talented wrestler. Expected to go back to state again this year. He's been there the last 2 years. Very tough kid. He's been solid all year long. Been able to force some turnovers on these kickoffs. No doubt this will be a short pooch kick again. We'll see if the Chieftains can recover it. I heard he's also a soccer player, so a man of many talents. No days off for this young man. Jack steps up to kick the ball away. It's an end-over-end kick, and he kicks it deep. It's going to be fielded on the 5-yard line. Cuts it out right. Cuts it up the middle. And he's tackled by a host of Chieftains at the 17-yard line. So the Patriots will take over on their own 17-yard line. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Chieftains lead 21-0. As we're here on this Thursday night game, not a lot of games going on across the state tonight. We're fortunate to be one of them. And the Patriots have struggled on this end of the field all year long. So we'll see what the Chieftain defense can do as they trot out onto the field. Patriots have 2 receivers at the top. Jogging a man out late. Looks like they're going to go trips to the top of the field. The lone man down here on the 17-yard line. Jansen James in at quarterback. Takes a snap. Looks right. He's going to throw a screen. Caught behind line of scrimmage. He runs backwards. And it looks like he's going to get about a 2-yard gain. Oh, man. That's a tough call there. He was hit late out of bounds. Wasn't intentional at all. But nonetheless, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Chieftains. Which I got to say, he probably deserves it. He ran about 45 yards to only gain 2. So he's going to get paid off there. That'll be a 15-yard penalty on the contact out of bounds. Well, that'll move the ball up to the 34-yard line. Patriot territory. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Chieftains lead 21-0. James in at quarterback. Atkins Garcia lined up to his left, and they'll go trips to the top of the screen. The lone receiver here down at the bottom. He takes a snap, looks left, throws it out, swing pass, and it's incomplete. Right through the hands of Atkins Garcia. Number 7, Sequoia Hall, was there to make the play if it was caught. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. Ball on the 34-yard line. Patriots are starting to open up the passing game a little bit. They've had a little bit of success. Not a lot, but a little bit of success. This Chieftain defensive line has been stout against the run like they have been all year long. So they're searching for answers, looking for their first win of the season. They're going to go 2 receivers to the top of the screen, running back in the pistol formation with an H-back. Takes a snap of them. Snap's bubbled, and it looks like quarterback falls on top of it. No. Number 24 to Marion Kinney comes up with the ball. And we've got a conversation going on with the officials. We'll see who they decide to give it to. And it's going to be the Chieftains' ball. Turnover, number 2 on the night for the Chieftain defense. And the Chieftains will take over with great field position. Ball on the 23 or 27-yard line. And the snap was bobbled. Quarterback was unable to come up with it. And number 24 to Marion McKinney for the Chieftains falls on top of it. And that'll be the second takeaway for the Chieftains. Braddock comes out with his Chieftain offense. Deshaun Koch in the backfield. 2 receivers at the top, 2 receivers at the bottom. Braddock takes a snap, drops back, looks right, pump fakes, got a man in his face, breaks the tackle, and he's able to get it away, and it's, oh my, I think it's picked off. And Braddock's runs back and makes the tackle. There is a flag on the play. So the ball hit the intended target, A.J. Maton's hands. He tips it up, and it was picked off by the Patriots. A great play there by number 15, Threat Komar. And we'll see what the flag is here. We've got an injured Patriot on the field. Interesting play there. Wasn't really sure. It'll be personal foul, face mask against the Patriots. The personal foul again. Looks like there was 2 personal fouls against the Patriots. The face mask was on the quarterback, so I thought that would have negated the interception. But nonetheless, it does not. So the Patriots will take over on the 41-yard line inside of Chieftain territory. Interception stands. 3 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Chieftains lead 21-0. And again, that was a great job by Braddock stepping up out of the pocket, stiff-arming a defender, making a good throw to A.J. Maton. It was just tipped up and picked off. Just a really, really tough play there for the Chieftains, but a good play from the Patriots. All right, and the Patriots will take over on the 41-yard line inside of Chieftain territory. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Jansen James in at quarterback. The sophomore with Atkins Garcia to his left. 1 receiver to the top. Jansen looks to the sideline. Looks like the Chieftains are bringing some pressure, and they do. Takes a snap, fires the ball down the field, and it's going to be picked off. Picked off. Number 12, Carter Mosquito in on the interception, and the Chieftains get the ball right back. And that'll be their 3rd turnover on the night. Jansen just left that ball hang up in the air for too long. Chieftains did a good job. Sitting in cover 2, comes up, Carter Mosquito, and makes a play on the ball. And that'll give the Chieftains the ball on the 26-yard line. Inside of 4 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Braddock Broughton will come out. Levi Jensen in the backfield. Landon Barber, Bryce Curran, Logan Mason, and Rylan Watson into the game. Receiver and tight end. He takes a snap, hands it off to Levi, cuts it left, cuts it up middle. It's going to be good for a 2-yard gain. The stop was made by Dupree Anthony. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Chieftains. Clock's winding down inside of 3 minutes. Chieftains come out in the same look. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off to Levi. It's going to be a counter. Breaks 1 tackle, and he's going to be brought down by a host of Patriots. That's good for a 6-yard gain. Be 3rd and 2. Levi's a little slow to get up. And Deshaun Koch will check it into the game for Levi. He's already scored twice tonight. And the Chieftains will have 2 tight ends to the boundary with a receiver. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off to Deshaun. And I don't know if he got there. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, and he will get it. That's good for a 3-yard gain. That'll move the chains. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Chieftains. Ball on the 37-yard line. And we've got another flag on the play. So this will be a holding on the Chieftains. That'll back them up 10 yards. And now we go from a 3rd and 2 to a 3rd and 12. So it's a costly penalty there for the Chieftains. The Chieftains will go back to spread formation. They'll go trips left, 3 receivers at the top, 1 receiver to the bottom. Deshaun Koch in the game at running back. Braddock takes snap, looks left, fires a shot to number 13. It's picked off again. Be the second interception of the night by number 1, Bell Obama. And the Patriots will take over on, looks like it's going to be on the Chieftains' 39-yard line. Not a great possession there for the Chieftains. The penalty negates the first down, backs them up to 3rd and long. And a pass that was thrown into double coverage is picked off. So the Patriots will take over with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Chieftains lead 21-0. Been a lot of turnovers, 5 turnovers total through this game. Very sloppy game. Jansen James into the game at quarterback. 2 H-backs and a running back in the backfield. He takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. And he's going to be met by a host of Chieftains there. That's good for about a 3-yard gain. And the clock will roll inside of a minute here. Or inside of 2 minutes. Ball's on the 30-yard line inside of Chieftain territory. And they'll come out in the same formation. 2 H-backs, the running back in the pistol, 2 receivers out wide. Jansen takes a snap, looks to hand it off. He does, and makes a cut out left. He's going to be brought down by number 31, Rylan Watson. And it'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and about a half yard. Ball inside the 20, just inside the 25-yard line. A minute 24 left to go here in the second quarter. Chieftains will look to get a stop here and take this 21-0 lead into halftime. 3rd and short. Keep an eye out for number 65, Camden George. Number 10, Deshaun Koch. This is where they make plays. Jansen James takes a snap, looks to hand it off. Nowhere to go. Met in the backfield by number 11, Jace McIntosh. It looks like that's going to be good enough for a 1-yard loss. So it'll be 4th and 1. Clock inside of a minute here left to go in the first half. Great play again by number 11, Jace McIntosh, having a great year. Had the interception earlier in this game, his 3rd one of the year. Several tackles for loss on the season. And the clock continues to wind down inside of 30 seconds now. Patriots in no hurry. And Jansen takes a snap, looks right. He's going to fire a shot downfield. And it was good coverage by number 15, Emmanuel Johnson. But they're going to call pass interference. This will be another 15-yard penalty against the Chieftains. So penalties and turnovers have been the story of tonight's game. And we'll talk more about that at halftime. I'll get you caught up. I know the first quarter was not streamed, so I'll get you caught up with everything that has happened throughout this game. Without my colleague tonight, Braden Ward, so I'm having to do a lot of talking tonight. A lot of talking. Braden couldn't make tonight's game with the schedule change, but it's all right. We made it here. And the 15-yard penalty will put the ball, looks like that's going to put it at the 13-yard line inside of Chieftain territory. 17 seconds left to go. I don't think the Patriots have any timeouts left. The scoreboard's showing 1, but I think they've already used it. 2 H-backs into the game. Running back in the pistol formation. Jansen takes a snap, looks left, takes a shot to the end zone. Oh, and it's almost picked off. Messiah Fielder there on the coverage. Just couldn't make the reception there to get the interception. Great coverage on number 1, Obama Bell, a talented receiver for the Patriots. He wears number 1. He's their number 1 go-to guy. Ten seconds left to go here in the first half. Chieftains lead 21-0. They'll come out in the same formation. This time Obama switches sides of the field. They got double coverage on Obama Bell, the wide side of the field. Jansen takes snap, looks right. He's going to take the shot anyway. And it's going to be broken up. Whew, the Chieftains dodge a bullet there. Good coverage by A.J. Motan, breaking that pass up at the last second. He had an opportunity to score a touchdown there, but unable to bring it in. And they've shown that they will go to number one, regardless of how many guys you put on them. They're going to give them a chance to make a play. And that'll take the clock to 5 seconds. Looks like the Patriots are going to try to kick a field goal. This will be a 23-yard attempt. The Chieftains leading 21-0. This will probably be the last play of the first half. Fumble the snap. And there's a flag on the play. So the snap was fumbled. Obama Bell picked it up. Tried to bounce it outside, but nowhere to go. Got a flag on the play. It's going to go against the Patriots. We'll see if the Chieftains decide to decline this or accept it. 5 seconds left to go. It is 3rd and 10. Was 3rd and 10 when they tried to kick the field goal. Excuse me. Again, we thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV, and our radio listeners for tuning in on AM 1550 and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. We're waiting the signal from the official here. Been an interesting ball game here in Putnam City West. Lots of turnovers, lots of penalties. Looks like the Chieftains will accept the ball, or accept the flag. It was a false start. And that'll take us to, all right, that'll take us to halftime. So, interesting game to say the least. But we're here. Chieftains take the lead, 21-0, going into halftime over Putnam City West. And we'll be back after a short break. So welcome back. Thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV, and our radio listeners for tuning in on KYAL AM 1550 and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. So let's recap the first half. We've had all kinds of interesting things happening tonight on a Thursday night. Obviously, this game was scheduled to be played on Friday. And was moved early on in the week. So the Chieftains are looking to go 3-0 in district play, 4-2 overall, coming down here tonight to Putnam City to play a team that's 0-5 on the season and looking for that first win. So it's been an interesting game to say the least. Chieftains have scored on 3 out of 5 possessions. They've been able to force 3 turnovers, but they've also they've scored on 3 out of 7 possessions. They've also had 2 turnovers themselves. So lots of penalties, lots of turnovers tonight. Just an interesting game all the way around. But Chieftains do take the lead 21-0 going into halftime. So it is good to see Braddock's back in the game. He missed some time early on with some injuries, which has been kind of the interesting part of this season for the Chieftains. They really have not been 100% at all this season. They're still missing Jackson Stone tonight, a talented receiver. A.J. Motan, who missed the first part of the season with an injured wrist, got his cast off and has been playing offense. Had a big game last week, over 100 yards through the air and a touchdown on 3 receptions. Haven't seen much of him tonight on the offense side of the ball. Chieftains have looked to stay committed to the run game, but you got to give it to Putnam City, fighting hard. They've made some plays, been able to force some turnovers, and they're not going to quit. They're not going to go away, so the Chieftains will have to come out at halftime and hopefully have some answers. Obviously, I know the score is 21-0, but this team, Putnam City, has been outscored 256-13 and has not scored a point since week 1. So it's been a really tough season for them. Obviously, if you just look at the sideline, huge discrepancy in numbers. You know, they have about, I think, 20 guys on the team tonight, so that's tough for any team. But they're fighting hard, being able to make some plays tonight, and we will see what the Chieftains' answer is. And it is homecoming here for the Patriots. A lot of homecoming festivities going on. Big crowd tonight for the Patriots here. And I'll take a short break, and we'll be back to talk a little bit of college football around the state going on this week and cover more of this game as we're about 17 and a half minutes away from kickoff.
Test. There's mine. Test 1, 2. Check.
And welcome back. Thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. Well, we've got a special guest here in the broadcast booth with us tonight. The athletic director, Mr. Michael Rose, is up here doing a lot of work behind the scenes, as he always does. Does a lot of work for the school behind the scenes to make all of this possible and all of this work. So let's talk about some things going on around the school. Obviously, a busy time of year, getting close to fall break. Tell us about some of the events going on around Chieftain Athletics.
Absolutely. One, I got to say that I was super nervous getting this live stream up and going. Never done that before, so add that into the tool belt. That's a first ever for me, and I do apologize to the Chieftain TV watchers. Please, no judgment on the camera work, because that's all me, so I'm doing my best here. Nonetheless, would love to give a congratulations to Coach Cold Iron and the Lady Chieftain softball program. They wrapped up regionals today. They had an unbelievable game yesterday. First round, they lost to Enid. Second round, played Putnam City North. Going into the sixth inning, it was 6-5, and we gave up 4 runs. So going into the bottom of the sixth, obviously it's 10-5, and Putnam City's leading. We hold them in the top of the seventh, and the ladies battled, scored 5 to tie it up in the bottom of the seventh.
Wow.
Took it all the way to 12 innings. It was a 3-hour and 50-minute game.
Wow.
They came back and scored. Ruby Beatty, she hit a walk-off RBI single, scored a girl from second. I can't even for the life of me remember who was on second. Coach Cold Iron center, and we scored. I think it was Jasmine Kelly on second, but nonetheless scored. We won it. It was fantastic. They got a chance to play today, but ended up losing to Enid for a chance to play in the regional championship, so their season's over. So
It sounded like they almost had some Sooner magic up here in Sapulpa.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of games like that go that way for the Sooners. That's a tough battle.
It was, but it was awesome to see them battle. I think Ruby hit a home run today. Briley McClellan hit a home run yesterday. So did Abigail Rainey, hit a home run yesterday. It was a great team effort. Samantha Shatswell had a couple clutch double plays in those extra innings to close out innings when Putnam City had runners in scoring position. So it was really fun to watch them compete yesterday, 100%.
Yeah, so obviously this is your 7th year as the athletic director, correct, for the Chieftains. So 7th year, seen a lot of growth from the school during that time, and a lot of big changes going on to, well, if you drive by the school, you can't help but see all the changes going on. What else are you excited about? Are there some other athletic programs, that are still playing right now that, or I think you said, is it cross country?
Yeah, cross country volleyball next week. So, excuse me, volleyball has hosted or earned the right to host regionals himself next Monday. So we will play Tulsa Memorial at 4:30 at the Chieftain Center. Coweta and Lawton MacArthur will play the second game at 6. Given we win, we'll play the winner of that one at 7:30 for the regional championship, for an opportunity to punch our ticket to state. So we hope so. We did not host regionals last year. Went to Claremore, took Claremore to 5 sets and lost. So we didn't get advanced to state last year. It's the first time in, gosh, Tanner, I want to say 4 years that we haven't made it to the state tournament for volleyball. So
yeah,
they're looking to get back to the state tournament this year. Cross country as well. They have the Frontier Valley Conference cross country race next Tuesday morning, being hosted out at Muskogee. I think the facility is called the Hat Box. That always I think it's called the Hot Box, the Hat Box. I don't know, whatever. But it's out in Muskogee, so next Tuesday morning for them.
Well, I have a lot of respect for runners. I don't like running myself.
No.
It's painful to watch, but hats off to them going out and competing. So let's talk about the school if you can.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of exciting things going on. Got some walls going up this week there on the facility. Specifically about the athletic program, are they expanding the Chieftain Center? Is that what's going on that side of the lot?
We're excited about that. So obviously there's the baseball, softball facility that's completed. Beautiful facility, super proud of that. The next step is the Chieftain Center. So we're looking at adding a wrestling room on the back. that wrestling room, so part of the bond, just some context to it, part of the bond, so the walls that are going up, the prefab concrete walls that are going up as part of the PAC and the new band facility, that is a FEMA storm rated tornado shelter on that end. And then the new wrestling room on the south end of the Chieftains Center will also be a FEMA storm rated tornado shelter. But then on the east side towards the tennis courts, they are adding 2 gyms and a weight room. So we're excited for those to be added on. They're going to break ground here soon. Bids were open last week. So we're hoping that project is supposed to begin in November, along with the football building on the football field. So where the video board is right now, we're going to be adding a football facility back there, locker room, coaches' offices, a training room, and a meeting room in there. So that's going to break ground at the same time as the other facility.
Wow, so a lot going on around the city of Sapulpa, specifically around the school. And you're hearing right now from the athletic director, Mr. Rose, on all the updates going on along the school property. If you've been out there, you can't help but see all the construction going on. But exciting stuff. Completion date, I know it's construction, so
Right.
let's give it 5 to 10 year window here. But 2028 maybe.
So the school, if I remember right, and please don't quote me on this, anybody, but if I remember right, the school is hopefully set to be finished for the school year of 27-28, barring any unforeseen circumstances. If we have another massive spring with, months of rain, that's obviously going to put us behind on construction. The Chieftain Center and football building, they said those are from, I believe, 12 to 16-month projects. They've already done a lot of dirt work over there for the Chieftain Center. They don't have to do a whole lot of dirt work for the football building, but nonetheless, 12, 16 months-ish for those. So, those will go pretty quick. Obviously, a lot smaller, less complex than the massive building. If people drive by and they see, they may not know this, but there was 262 piers drilled.
Wow.
When they're doing all the dirt work. And so, that's just how massive that building is. I'm a construction nerd, Tanner.
Yeah.
I used to do construction, so I'm just fascinated by it. I'm glad my office isn't at the front of the building, so I probably wouldn't get anything done. But
Well, it's not like you don't have much going on,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. The crane that's out there has weights on it that's 160 tons.
Wow.
On 80 tons on either side, and I've sent my wife and daughters in our family group text pictures of this thing. They're probably sick of seeing it.
Yeah, don't stand underneath it.
No.
That could
Heck
be
no.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We're about 7.5 minutes away from kickoff here at Putnam City West. Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us on Chieftain TV and our radio listeners for listening in on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. If you haven't already, make sure you go like and subscribe to Chieftain TV. It's a great way to keep up with everything going on around the school, athletic events, morning announcements. I mean, anything and everything. The kids and teachers do a great job of keeping you updated and giving you all the information that they can. So make sure you go like and subscribe. We'll take a short break and be back to talk a little bit more football here with about 7 minutes away. 7 minutes left to go as the Chieftains lead. 7 minutes left to go in halftime as the Chieftains lead 21-0. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV. We're inside of 4 minutes left to go here in halftime. Chieftains lead 21-0 over the Patriots. So let's take a look around. We got some great college football going on this week. OU takes on Texas. That'll be kicked off at 2:30 Central on ABC. Obviously a big rivalry game, the best in the country. OU will look to improve to 6-0 as the Texas Longhorns come in 3-2, not where they want to be in the season. They'll look to bounce back. OSU takes on Houston. That'll be an 11 o'clock kick. OSU just struggling to get by, get on the next season. Obviously got a big decision coming up with who they're going to hire as their next head coach. So not a lot to take from that game, but hopefully they'll bounce back next year. And Tulsa's on a bye week. Tulsa has done some great things with their new head coach, Trey Lamb. Just a fantastic guy. Seems like a guy that everyone would want to play for. They're getting things turned around over there. Had a tough loss last week to Memphis, but Memphis is a really good team. Played them tough there early on in the game, and then Memphis started to pull away at the end. So back to this game tonight. The Chieftains have a lead, but I know this coaching staff's probably not very happy with the way this game has went. The Chieftains have 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble, and they still have the lead 21-0. Defense has played well, the Chieftains have 2 turnovers. Putnam City has 3. The defense has played well, being able to force those 3 turnovers and not allow any points. But just really sloppy game all the way around between the turnovers and penalties. Penalties have been a big issue all season long, really, for the Chieftains, but they'll look to get things turned around here in the second half. If you're Putnam City, you got to be feeling good about where you're at in this game. They're looking for their first win of the season. And as I touched on earlier, they have a new head coach from Putnam City North. He was the defensive coordinator for Putnam City North last year, and they had a great defense over there last year. He's a Guthrie alum, played college at Central Oklahoma, a homegrown guy. Came over to Putnam City West to hopefully turn the program around, and they're just not quite there yet. But they've shown some tough fight tonight. They've battled. Obama Bell has made some great plays. Their talented receiver, number 1, and the young quarterback, Jansen James, just a sophomore, but he's delivered some nice passes, giving Obama a chance to go make the play. So the Chieftains will, I believe they'll get the ball back. If you're just now joining us, we did have some technical difficulties early on as we're on the road here, and we missed part of the first quarter on the live stream, but we are back here, got everything figured out now, and both teams have taken the field tonight. Getting warmed up for a good second half. And once again, thank you for joining me. My name's Tanner Gregory. My colleague, Braden Ward, is out tonight. We had some scheduling issues as this game got moved to Thursday. And it is homecoming here for the Putnam City Patriots, so we had a little bit of an extended halftime. But everything is up and rolling now. And Chieftains have had an interesting season. Didn't get to do the recap early on like we normally do before the game, but we can talk about it now. Last week, it was just a great team win. And you got to give a lot of props to this offensive line. They're starting 3 sophomores along the offensive line, and the first 2 possessions are about as bad as it could get. But they stayed in the game, got things corrected, and then put on a dominant performance later on through that game, almost rushing for just under 300 yards the rest of that game. So really turned things around. It was great to have Braddock's back. He was 4 of 9 for 118 yards. A.J. Moton quickly became his number 1 target as he's back on offense now. And, just a great team win. Levi Jensen was the player of the week, Fox 23 player of the week. Had a great interview after the game just talking about, what this team's all about and how they're unselfish and, want to see each other succeed. And I think there was a play in that game last week that really told that story. Levi had rushed down to the 2-yard line, got stopped, and the whole entire offense came and pushed the pile, ended up scoring one of his 4 touchdowns on that drive. And it really just shows what this team's all about. They love each other. They fight for each other. And, they're looking tonight to go to 3-0 in district play. And it's really important that they get this win because as the season progresses, we've got some tough battles ahead of us. So looking at the playoff picture, the Chieftains will have to get to 4 wins to have a chance to get into the playoffs. And these next 4 games after this one are going to be tough matchups. So they will play Ponca City next week. That'll be a Thursday night game again. So 2 Thursday night games back-to-back. And then Putnam City North, Muskogee, and Sand Springs, which could be a huge game to finish out the year. So the Chieftains will kick the ball away. Patriots will get the ball to start the second half. Chieftains lead 21-0. Mr. Jag Madden, he's been solid all year, all-around athlete, wrestler, soccer player, kicker tonight for the Chieftains. He's been good all year. Be kicking off from the 40-yard line, right to left. And the kick's away. It's going to be a pooch kick down to the 25-yard line. It's going to be fair caught. And the Patriots will take over on their own 25-yard line. Chieftain defense will take the field. Good first half. Forced 3 turnovers in the first half. The Patriot offense will trot out onto the field. Chieftains lead 21-0. Obama Bell was the story of the first half for the Patriots. A talented receiver. 5'10", 190. Just a junior. So I'm sure we'll see him again next year. The Patriots come out with 2 running backs in the backfield. Jansen James in at quarterback, 2 receivers at the bottom of the field, 1 up top. Jansen takes a snap, looks to hand it off, and pitches it out to the right. The ball was fumbled, but it quickly jumped back on top of it. It's going to be about a 5-yard loss for the Patriots. Jackson Mills there to clean that play up. And it'll be second and about 16 for the Patriots on their own 20-yard line. Pistol formation, 2 H-backs to the line of scrimmage. Jansen takes snap, looks left, throws the ball. It's going to be a quick 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for the Patriots. Quick little hitch route there on the inside. Good tackle there from the Chieftain defense. Been solid all year long. They play tough. But here we go. We've got a 3rd and long situation. Keep an eye out for number 10, Deshaun Koch, and number 7, Sequoia Hall. And great pass rushers all season long. Spread formation for the Patriots. Takes snap. Looks right, and this is going to be blown dead. It's going to be a false start on the Patriots. It'll be 3rd and 16 after the penalty's added. 11 minutes, 4 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cade Buxton will check into the game for the Chieftains. The Patriots come out in the same formation. 2 H-backs close to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers out wide. Keep an eye out for number 1. Obama Bell has been a go-to target. They'll just throw the ball up to him a lot in these situations. Atkins Garcia in the backfield at running back. Jansen takes a snap. Play action, tries to throw a slant. He gets a man. It's going to be caught. That's about a 12-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 1. It's a good throw and catch there from the quarterback to the receiver on a slant route, right in the holes of the zone. And it looks like the Patriots are going to go for it. 4th and 1 here for the Patriots inside their own 40-yard line. Same formation. Jansen takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. Nowhere to go, but he breaks a tackle and bounces it up the middle. That's good for about a 7-yard gain. Chieftains were all over it in the backfield, but the running back there, Dupree Anthony, breaks the tackle and gets the first down, moves the chains for the Patriots. So the ball will be at the 45 or 44-yard line inside Patriot territory. Inside of 10 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Patriots are looking for their first win of the year, playing hard. And it'll be the same formation. Pistol, look from the running back, 2 H-backs close to the line of scrimmage. Jansen takes snap, looks across the field, throws to number 1. He's got a man, and it's caught. He makes a man miss, and that's going to be good for a 15-yard gain. Number 1 making another play tonight. Obama Bell, the receiver for the Patriots. It's good for a 15-yard gain off the 5-yard hitch route. The missed tackle led to another first down for the Patriots. And they've got to be feeling good about how this drive's going. Started out on their own 25-yard line, now into Chieftain territory on the 40. It's 1st and 10. Jansen takes snap, hands it off to the running back. Met in the middle of the line of scrimmage there. Nowhere to go. It's going to be good for a 1-yard gain. Number 0, the running back there. 2nd down and 9. Ball on the 39-yard line now. The Patriots are starting to find a little bit of rhythm here offensively. Again, in a tight formation. 2 H-backs close to the line of scrimmage. Running back in the pistol. And Jansen takes a snap, looks to throw, looks across the middle of the field, and throws it to nobody, but there is a flag on the play. And this is going to go against the Patriots. It's going to be a chop block. Looks like the Chieftains will accept the penalty. They'll back them up. It'll be 2nd and long for the Patriots. Chieftain defense looking to stand strong like they have all year, get the ball back to the offense. That'll back them up 15 yards back inside of Patriot territory. Ball on the 46-yard line. The same formation there for the Patriots, a little 2 H-backs. We got another penalty before the snap. It'll be false start on the Patriots. So this is back them up to about 3rd and half a mile. Need a calculator here to add up these yards. I think it's going to be 3rd and about 35, 30. 3rd and 30 there for the Patriots, or 2nd and 30 for the Patriots. And Jansen takes a snap, play action, looks to pass, he's got a man, and it's picked off. They're going to say incomplete. Messiah Fielder made a great play on the ball, just unable to hang on to it. Try to hit the running back on a wheel route. Messiah Fielder not fooled at all there. Makes a good play on the ball, just unable to hold on. So it'll be 3rd and 30, ball on the 46-yard line of Patriot territory. Keep an eye out for this Chieftain defensive pass rush. Rylan Watson, number 31, in the game of defensive end. Camden George and Demarion McKinney. The defensive line for the Chieftains, number 7, Sequoia Hall. Looks like he may be coming in on a blitz. Got 2 backs in the backfield with quarterback. Takes a snap, looks left, fires a pass down the field, and it's picked. Oh! And it's dropped. It was another interception opportunity for Emmanuel Johnson. And that would have been a pick 6. I think he was looking at the end zone there and forgot to reel the ball in. So it'll be 4th and 30 for the Patriots as the punt team comes out on the field. Good stop from the Chieftain defense. Number 12, Carter Mosquito, back deep to return this punt. 7 minutes, 32 seconds left to go. Chieftains lead 21-0. The snaps away. End over end punt. It's going to be fielded. Fair caught at the 33-yard line. So the Chieftains will take over on the 33-yard line. This will be their first possession of the second half. It was a very sloppy game to start in the first half. A lot of turnovers and a lot of costly penalties. So they'll look to get it cleaned up here in the second half and go put some more points on the board. Bryce Curran, Landon Barber into the game at receiver. Logan Mason in the game at tight end. Along with Levi Jensen in the backfield. Braddock takes a snap. Play action. Rolls out to his right. He's got a man. Hits Landon Barber, number 2. Makes a man miss. He's across midfield. Still fighting for some tough yards. It's going to be down to the 38-yard line. Great pass and catch there from the Chieftain offense. A play action boot. Braddock Sprotton rolls out to his right and hits Landon Barber there for a huge gain. And the Chieftains are across midfield. So Levi Jensen to quarterback's right. Logan Mason in at H-back. 2 receivers to the bottom of the field. A.J. Matan, the lone receiver at the top. Braddock takes a snap. Hands it off to Levi. Cuts it up the middle. That's going to be good for about a 6-yard gain. Levi's been able to find the end zone twice already tonight. Had 4 touchdowns last week. And Logan Mason will check out of the game. Number 81, Judd Merrill, will come into the game at receiver. Chieftains go spread formation. And Braddock takes a snap, drops back, looks right. He's got a man. And it's going to be incomplete. Try to hit A.J. Matan on a quick stop route to pick up the first down. So that'll make it 3rd and 4 for the Chieftains. Inside of Patriot territory, ball on the 31-yard line. Inside of 7 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. And there was a penalty on the play. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Patriots, so that'll get the ball inside the red zone. And I did not see what the penalty was. It must have been something late after the play. So now it'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 16-yard line. Braddock takes snap, hands it off to Levi. Breaks a tackle, makes a man miss, cuts it up the middle. He's inside the 10-yard line. Looks like he's going to be brought down about the 6-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Chieftains. Good hard run there from Levi. Made a couple guys miss and falls forward to pick up a couple extra yards. Levi in the pistol formation. Braddock's snaps fumbled. Braddock picks it up. And fighting for some extra yardage. Looks like they're going to say he's down at the 1-yard line. We do have a penalty flag in the backfield. It's going to be holding on the Chieftains, so this play will be coming back. So the snap was rolled back to the quarterback. Braddock did a good job of picking it up. Try to fight for some extra yards, but it's going to be coming back. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Chieftains after the holding call. Levi Jensen in the game at running back. 2 tight ends to the bottom of the field. 2 receivers out wide. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off to Levi, cuts it up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. And that's going to be back down inside the 5-yard line. That's good for about a 12-yard gain. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Chieftains, who lead this game 21-0, knocking on the door, trying to get another touchdown here. Inside of 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Levi in the backfield. And it's a hard count, and they get him to jump, so that's going to be a free. Looks like it'll be about 3 yards, half the distance to the goal. Chieftains accept the penalty. So the ball's on the 3-yard line inside of Patriot territory. Logan Mason in the game at tight end, along with Rylan Watson, a little heavy package here for the Chieftains. Levi Jensen to Braddock's left, takes a snap, hands it off to Levi, and he cuts it up the middle. That's a Chieftain touchdown. Levi's third on the night. I don't see any flags. So that'll put the Chieftains up 27-0 over Putnam City West. And Jack Madden will come out to kick the extra point. Carter Mosquito, the holder. Snaps away, holds good. And the extra point's good. So the Chieftains take a 28-0 lead over Putnam City West. 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside for a short break and be right back. And we're back. The Chieftains take the lead 28-0 over Putnam City West. Jack Madden out to kick this ball away. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and our radio listeners for tuning in on KYAL AM 1550 and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. 5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. And Jack Madden steps up to kick the ball away. End-over-end kick. Kicked deep. Caught at the 12-yard line. And it is returnable. But it's going to be brought down by number 20, Jackson Mills, at about the 24-yard line.
Hey, Tanner, we're talking about filling some space here for you. Talking about other events going on, I totally forgot that the band is at the Renegade Review this Saturday. They had rehearsal tonight, so they didn't make the trip down. Obviously, with the change of schedule, they already had that planned. So we want to say good luck to Miss Yoakum and her staff and the kids at the Renegade Review this weekend.
Absolutely. We appreciate all the band does. There's nothing like a Friday night atmosphere at home with the drum line and the band playing. And also, we got a special guest here tonight, the athletic director, Mr. Rose. Not very often we get him in the booth with us, but with Braden being gone tonight, I'm sure thankful for his help. He's doing a lot behind the scenes tonight, running the camera, setting up a live stream. He's a man of many talents. So the Patriots will take over 1st and 10, and we've already got a flag. Lots of flags tonight.
Ton of flags.
I believe this is going to be a false start on the Patriots, so that'll back them up to the 19-yard line.
I think they might have as many flags as they do yards.
Yeah, that's saying something. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Patriots. 2 H-backs into the game, pistol formation. And they go hard count and get the Chieftains a jump. So they'll get the 5 yards right back. These referees are going to need to take a visit to the chiropractor. They've been picking up flags all over the field. Going to have some sore backs tomorrow. It's been a busy game for the officials. And the officials are discussing this right now. I'm not sure what there is to discuss, but maybe the Patriots jump first. We'll see. We'll get the call from the referee here in just a second. But then it is going to be an offsides on the Chieftains. So we'll try this again. 1st and 10. Back to our original starting spot, 24-yard line. And Jansen takes a snap, looks left, looks right, and it's going to be incomplete. They try to go back to that short hitch route. They've had a little bit of success with that, just sitting in the zones of the inside backers. So it'll be 2nd and 10. And 2 H-backs / tight ends. They move them around. A lot of times they're close to the line of scrimmage, so they're not really a true H-back, but you can call it whatever you want to call it. Running back in pistol formation. Jansen takes a snap, drops back to pass, fires across the middle of the field, and it's overthrown. Almost picks off again by number 12, Carter Mosquito. Good coverage there from Carter being over the top, and Emmanuel Johnson trailing the receiver. So it'll be 3rd and long for the Patriots. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Chieftains lead 28-0. Chieftains are fighting hard for that 3rd win in district play. Putnam City looking for their 1st win of the season. But they're running out of time to do it. Have not been able to move the ball very much at all offensively. Have had a little bit of success through the air, but not much. The Chieftains have absolutely shut down the run game like they do to a lot of teams. So here it is, 3rd and long, ball on the 24-yard line, and Putnam City is going to take a timeout. So we'll step aside shortly as they take a timeout. Chieftains lead 28-0, 4 minutes and 24 seconds left to go in the third. And we're back. Thanks for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV, and our radio listeners for tuning in on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. The Patriots have a 3rd and 10. 3 receivers at the top, 1 receiver down here by himself in the bottom. Jansen takes a snap, drops back, and it's batted down. Try to hit the running back out of the backfield, but Rylan Watson said, "No, sir." And it's going to be 4th and 10 for the Patriots. Great job by Rylan Watson getting his hands up, batting that ball down. If you can't get to the quarterback, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. So great job there from the Chieftain defense. This will be a 3 and out with no yards gained. Number 12, Carter Mosquito, back to return the punt for the Chieftains. We'll see if they give him an opportunity. These punts have been pretty short. Not a lot of opportunity to return any of them. The Patriots are having trouble getting lined up for this punt. Clock inside of 4 minutes. Inside of 5 minutes here left to go in the third quarter. Chieftains lead 28-0. Snaps back. The punt's away. It's going to be a really short punt. Straight up in the air. Whoo! Almost hits a Chieftain. And I don't know if it did or not. Let's see who they... Jackson Mills was acting like it hit him. Very short punt. It went about 10 yards. Obviously, Jackson not expecting that to be anywhere close to him.
Sorry about that, guys.
And we'll see. The refs are having a conversation. It's going to be Putnam City's ball. They're going to say it did hit Jackson Mills. So the Chieftains catch an unlucky break there. As the Patriots keep their offense on the field. Short punt. It was about 10 yards high in the air. Jackson Mills obviously not expecting to be anywhere close to that, but it comes down, hits him. He tries to jump on the ball, but Putnam City recovers it, so the Chieftain defense will come back out on the field. That's a tough break there for the Chieftains. Ball will be placed on the 49-yard line in Patriot territory. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in the third. Chieftains lead 28-0. And they come out in the pistol look. with 2 receivers out wide and 2 tight ends close, 2 H-backs / tight ends close to the line of scrimmage. Motion to run it back to the right. And it's going to be another false start. Another penalty. 1st and 15. So this has been the struggle a lot for Putnam City, just either having issues with the snap or penalties, false starts, starting behind the chains a lot. And that's not a good position to be in, playing a tough defense like the Chieftains have. So we'll try this again. 1st and 15. Ball on the 44-yard line. Same formation. Motion to run it back up. Chance to take snap. Tries to hand it off. Pulls it. Read option. Nowhere to go. Number 65, Camden George in on the tackle. Big tackle for loss there, but another penalty down. And I think this is going to go against the Chieftains. Oh, no, it's going to be an illegal shift on the Patriots. Penalties decline, so it'll be 2nd and about 16. Great play there from Camden George. Star player for the Chieftains. Didn't play football at all until last year. It was his first year. Well, I think he played in the 4th grade. But was a star last year, and he's having a great year this year. And the snap's high, but the quarterback corrals it, running for his life. He's being chased out of the pocket, and it's going to be about a 2-yard gain. He's chased out by number 31, Rylan Watson, number 4, Michael Bennett. It's a high snap to start. He did a good job of reaching up and grabbing it, but nowhere to go. Just has to tuck it and run away with it. So 3rd and 15 here for the Patriots. Ball on the 44-yard line. Jansen James, the quarterback's getting the play from the coaches. 2 receivers out wide, 2 H-backs close to the line of scrimmage in the pistol formation. 3rd and long, the Chieftains will look to get off the field here. Jansen takes a snap, drops back, looks to pass. Got a man, Obama Bell, over the middle of the field, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Putnam City. Barely got the ball off as he was being pressured by the Chieftain defense, but puts the ball in a perfect place for Obama to go catch it. And that's a 56-yard touchdown pass. The first points that Putnam City has scored since week 1. They've been outscored this year 256-13. Obama, a talented receiver, probably the best player on this Putnam City team, is having himself a night despite being down 3 touchdowns. Still fighting hard. And the Patriots will look to kick the extra point. And we've got another penalty. It's going to be offsides on the Chieftains. Well, very interesting game tonight here in Putnam City. A game I think the Chieftains came down and thought they were going to be able to put this game away at halftime, but Putnam City has fought hard to keep this within 3 scores after scoring a touchdown there on that last drive, 28-6. They looked to make it 28-7. They accepted the penalty. Ball's on the 1-yard line. Snaps away, high snap. Obama Bell's a placeholder, picks up, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of 1. So the extra point's no good after a high snap. So the score is 28-6. Chieftains lead the Putnam City West Patriots. 2 minutes and 26 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and we'll step aside for a short break. Well, we're back. Thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and our radio listeners for tuning in on AM 1550 and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. The Patriots have scored a touchdown on the last drive after a 56-yard touchdown pass to Obama Bell to cut this Chieftain lead down to 22. Chieftains still lead 28-6 with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. The Patriots will kick it off. It's an end-over-end kick. Be caught at the 8-yard line. Cuts up the middle field, bounces outside. We've already got penalty flags flying. And AJ takes this across the midfield to the 42-yard line. But there's no doubt this is coming back. I'm glad I'm not keeping stats tonight. I would lose count of these penalties. There's been a ton of penalties tonight. There is an injured player down for the Patriots. Training staff's out to attend to him. So obviously not the night the Chieftains were looking for. A lot of things have not went their way tonight. That whole drive, the whole scoring drive was set up off of a bad punt that only went 10 yards, bounces off of Jackson Mills, which put the Patriot offense back out on the field, had him in 3rd and long, 3rd and 15, and got the ball to their best player, and he went and made a play. So unfortunate turn of events there for the Chieftains.
Tanner, you talk about the score. I think it's important to note that in district play, if fans don't know this, there is you want to get your district points. And so you can get up to 15 points. Obviously, if you win by 15 or more, you get 15 points. And obviously, if you win by less than that, you get however many points by whatever you won by. So that comes into play during district play. It's interesting to me last week whenever we're playing Bartlesville and we're trying to go score to finish off the game, and you hear some people yelling, "Take a knee." Well, we want to get 15 points. We want to win by that 15 points because that will come into play later in the season.
And that's great information. The handoff to Levi gets up to the 30-yard line. It's good for a 5-yard run. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because it's a little unique the way the playoff system works. Obviously, you got to win games, but then you got to score points because you don't want any tiebreakers. The Chieftains have to get to about 4 wins.
Yes.
At least 4 wins, right? Does that guarantee a playoff spot, or is that?
Yes.
Okay, so 4 wins. So looking to get number 3 tonight, but obviously winning by 15 is important. So Braddock's in the gun, takes snap, play action boot. Man in his face, delivers a strike to Logan Mason, who's fighting for extra yards. It's going to be good for about a 9-yard gain. Great throw there from Braddock's with a man in his face. Delivers a dart to Logan Mason. It's a good reception there for the tight end. And we've got another injury for the Patriots. I love that play right there. That was my favorite play when I played football as a tight end. Getting the little 5-yard out. They're usually not covered. But if there is a safety over the top, you're about to get smoked.
Right.
But
As an offensive lineman, I never got to run those plays.
well,
Those are easy ones to block for, though.
Yeah, well, I mentioned it earlier. The offensive line never gets the credit they deserve. You definitely know when they're playing bad.
Yes.
But you don't always notice when they're playing good. So, young offensive line for the Chieftains. I think they said they have 3 sophomores starting on the offensive line.
Sophomores, yeah.
They continue to get better and better.
Yeah, Dakota Ritchie, our offensive line coach, he's done a great job with them. When I go out to practice and watch, just the fundamentals you watch them work. It's obviously very important. I remember playing offensive line, and it just drove me crazy. We would do the same drill every day, over and over and over. But when you get to the game, it pays off because you're doing that over and over in a game. And the thing that young offensive linemen have to understand is that the defensive lineman's not going to stay in that same spot.
No.
He's going to move. Those linebackers, they're not the trash cans sometimes that they set out to walk through. They're going to move. So those fundamentals are super important.
Yeah, so, not only are you dealing with the defensive line moving at the snap, but also, each play, whether it's run or pass, has different steps.
Yes.
You got to get your steps down. You got to communicate where you're working to, who you're working to. there's a lot that goes into playing offensive line, a lot more than just run or pass. So he's done a great job with this young offensive line. And I just go back to the game last week. They started off, first 2 drives were rough,
Very.
but then they got it figured out, fixed it, which is huge. I mean, you can get down mentally and, play the whole game that way, but then end up almost rushing for 300 yards. So Braddock takes a snap, fires a deep shot down the field. He's got a man open, and it's almost caught. Wow. Just overthrown out of the hands of, I believe that's A.J. Motan. Taking the deep shot, hit him on the double move. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Chieftains. Ball on the 39-yard line of Chieftain territory. And Braddock's was just a sophomore last year, but we saw his arm strength last year. He's got a great arm, can throw the ball a long way.
I think he's developed tremendously in his touch on the ball, the short game, his ability to understand what's going on in the play and be able to adjust as well.
Yeah, his footwork looks a lot better this year. I talked to Coach Tim Holt before the season started, and that was something they made a point of emphasis in the offseason, and it's paying off here. Obviously, hated to see him be out the first few games of the season after getting injured week 1, but he's back tonight. So that play there was a 3-yard gain from Deshaun Koch. 3rd and 7 for the Chieftains. Ball on the 42-yard line. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off to Deshaun again. He's met in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down. Looks like he broke a tackle. It'll be a 2-yard gain, so it'll be 4th and 5 for the Chieftains. That should take us to the 4th quarter. Well, we're going to have another injured player there for the Patriots, so that'll stop the clock. 26 seconds left to go in the 3rd. Chieftains lead 28-6. It'll be 4th and 6 or 4th and 7 when we come back. So we are honored tonight to have the athletic director in the booth with us tonight. So we get a lot of information that we don't normally get. Sapulpa has bounced back and around. When I was in school, we were 6A1, had the 6A2 split my junior year. Then I believe Sapulpa went back down to 5A.
Yep.
Just looking at the sideline here, obviously, number standpoint, can you explain, how the classes, how they determine what classes these schools go into? Is it a number of students or?
Yeah, they classify it by what they call the ADM, average daily membership. So they look at the 9th through 12th grade enrollment. Even if you're 9th grade, I think of Union. I was at Union before Sapulpa. The 9th grade center was separate. That doesn't matter. Just 9th through 12th grade students in general. However many students you have is in those grades. The top 32, they make that 6A. Then obviously they go down from there. So obviously if you drop below that, schools are always, for us being number 32 this year, then Tahlequah, Claremore, Muskogee, Booker T, we're all kind of right there together. It's funny to, I have a text message with each of those ADs and just trying to see whose ADM is where, trying to jockey of where we're at and where we might potentially be.
The Chieftains look to punt the ball away. Sequoia Hall into punt, gets a snap, good snap, punts away. It's a low line drive punt that takes a good Chieftain bounce. Going to bounce inside the 20-yard line all the way down to just inside the 15-yard line. So a good punt there from Sequoia Hall. Looks like it might have came off the side of his foot, but takes a good Chieftain bounce. Rolls inside the Chieftain 15s. Well, that'll take us to the 4th quarter. Chieftains lead 28-6, and we'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. This will be the start of the 4th quarter. Chieftains lead 28-6. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and the radio listeners for tuning in on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. This is an important fourth quarter. I know the Chieftains have the lead, and it's unlikely that Putnam City will come back, but if you heard the athletic director talk earlier, they need to win this game by 15 points. Those points have a factor in the playoff race. So the Chieftains should not be comfortable at all with this score. They'll look to push this out a little further. The Patriots will take over on their own 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Tanner, we're talking about ADM a second ago, and whenever we bump back up to 6A, I looked at Broken Arrow, who's the largest high school in the state, and their ADM 9th through 12th grade is 2.5 times larger than Sapulpa kindergarten through 12th grade.
Wow. They should be in a class of their own. Well, after the bad snap, this handoff to the running back, it's going to be a 7-yard loss for the Putnam City Patriots. That'll back them up inside their own 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 17 for the Patriots. And again, the Patriots fighting for every yard this entire game. They played tough tonight. They're come out two H-backs to the close line of scrimmage. Quarterback takes a snap. Nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked. Are they going to give him a safety? They're going to down him at the 1-yard line. Big time sack by Sequoia Hall. Almost got the safety. Oh, they give it to him. The referee comes in. This is going to be a safety. So that'll give the Chieftains a 30-6 lead, which when we're talking about points, those 2 points might come into play. Hopefully not, and they're having a discussion about it. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't change the call. It's been an interesting night. The officials have been busy. So they are going to give him a safety. So it'll be 30-6. And the Patriots will have to punt the ball away now to the Chieftains. 10 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. And it's been a big homecoming night for Putnam City West. And okay, so the safety will stand. I wasn't sure there for a second. Putnam City will have to punt the ball away from the 20-yard line. So the Chieftains should get good field position. Messiah fielder Levi Jensen and A.J. Matan back to return this kick for the Patriots. Teams get lined up here. Got to get a ball on the field. Can't play without a football. It's a good throw and catch there from the coach to the kicker. The Patriots get set to kick this away. This will be a punt from the 20-yard line after the Chieftains safety. Chieftains take the lead 30-6. And the kicks away. The spiraling punt bounces at the 36-yard line. Going to be caught by Messiah Fielder. Cuts it up the middle. And he's going to be brought down right at midfield. Looks like about the 49-yard line. So the Chieftains will take over on their side of the field. Or excuse me, on the Patriots side of the field at the 49-yard line. So they'll go back to the conversation we're having with the classes. If you're just now joining us, we had the pleasure of having the athletic director here tonight. Got a lot of good information. So if Sapulpa's, you said Sapulpa's kind of teetering that line of 6A2 to 5A?
Yes. Yeah, so we look at those numbers. They'll look, they pull the October numbers, they being the OSSA gets them from the State Department of Education. The OSSA will report them out to us. We have all schools have a time frame to dispute it if we don't think it's accurate, and report back to them, and they will either confirm or deny, and then we go from there, whatever it might be.
So Deshaun takes the handoff and fights hard for 5 yards. Had to break about 3 tackles to get any yards on that play. But a penalty comes in from the far side of the field, in the backfield. And I know the coach is not going to be happy with the amount of penalties we've seen tonight. A lot of flags. We'll see who this is on. Neither coach will be happy with that. Personal foul against the Chieftains. This is going to back them up. This will be 1st and 25. And I did not see the personal foul there. I think it was an illegal blindside block on the backside of the play. It used to be legal back in the day. But player safety is important.
And I do not have the abilities to do replays, so that's not my tool belt yet.
Well, hopefully that's coming with the new upgrades. Maybe we can get some technology up here and some people that know how to run it, because I sure don't. Big tough run there from Deshaun Cope. It's good for a 15-yard game, so it'll be 2nd and 10 back across midfield where we started. Ball on the 48-yard line in Patriot territory. Deshaun Coke, a big physical runner. They've got a good running back rotation with him and Levi. And Deshaun's a name we say a lot. It makes a lot of plays all over the field, offensively and defensively. And he'll be in the backfield. He'll stay in the backfield with Braddock's Broughton. Got 2 tight ends into the game. Rylan Watson, Logan Mason down at the bottom of the screen. 2 receivers out wide. And Braddock takes a snap, drops back, looks left, takes a deep shot down the field. He's got a man. Oh, he goes right through his hands. That pass is dropped. Bryce Curran had to step on the defender. Just unable to bring it in. Would have been a huge touchdown play there for the Chieftains if they were able to connect. So it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Chieftains. Ball on the 48-yard line. 9 minutes and 38 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Chieftains lead 30-6. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. The Chieftains will come out and trips right to the top of the screen. A.J. Matan, a lone receiver down at the numbers. Braddock takes a snap, drops back to pass. He's got a man, Landon Barber, over the middle of the field, and he caught 10-5, touchdown, Chieftains. But I think this is coming back. Well, maybe not. Braddock's, we'll see. Oh, man, great throw and catch from Braddock's to Landon Barber. I thought he was going to be tackled there about the 20-yard line. And this is going to be a personal foul against the Patriots. So the touchdown will stand. The 15 yards will be added on to the kickoff.
I think that might have been a roughing the passer back there.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I saw Landon Barber with a lot of green grass in front of him. And normally, Braden Ward is our play-by-play guy. I'm usually just the color commentator. So counting numbers down backwards, it's tough. And Jag Madden is out to kick the extra point. Carter Mosquito, the holder. That puts the Chieftains up 36-6. Great throw and catch. And I don't know what we've got going on. Another penalty.
Looks like it's on the coaches, on the Putnam City coaches.
The referee's having a discussion with the Patriots coaching staff. Looks like maybe an athletic trainer for the Patriots. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Patriots. Not a call you see very often on the coaches.
No, not typically. Usually you get that sideline warning every now and then. But that's a first, at least this season for me.
Well, it's fitting to this game. I don't know how many penalties we've had, but we've had a lot of stoppage in play tonight. So 9 minutes, 27 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jack Madden out for the extra point. Snaps away, holds good, ball's through the uprights, and Jack Madden will stay automatic on the year. Chieftains take the lead 37-6. 9 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. And I just want to say thank you to Kevin Ward for putting these games on the radio. It's been a tradition here at Sapulpa for a long time. Kevin did a great job calling the games for us for many years. We appreciate that. It's great recognition. These kids and coaches work really hard all year long to come out here and play these games on Thursday nights or Friday nights. And we appreciate that partnership with ESPN Tulsa. So,
You talk about Kevin Ward. When I was a coach, I still coached over at Union. His son, Cole Ward, was a tight end for me. Great player, great young man. A lot nicer than Kevin. You're welcome, Kevin.
Well, it's good to have you up here. We learned a lot of good things tonight. We'll have to get you back up in the booth with us when you're not busy with everything else you've got going on. You got wear a lot of hats here for the Chieftains. So I don't know what we've had 3 personal fouls. So there was 2 unsportsmanlike conducts on the coaches and a personal foul. I've never seen this before in my life. The Chieftains are kicking off from the 15-yard line. Not their 15-yard line, the Patriot 15-yard line. I've watched a lot of football. I've never seen this before in my life. They don't even know what yard line to line up on.
Jack could probably kick it into the buses back there if he wanted.
Yeah, this is interesting here. The fans are not happy about it. And Jack Madden probably never made this kick in his life. It'll be a little squib kick. It's got to go 10 yards. And that is a flag. Shocker. So
It went out of bounds.
So it did go out of bounds. I thought the Chieftains touched it before it went 10 yards, but at that spot on the field, you have no idea what 10 yards is. The Chieftains kicked off from the Patriot 15-yard line. Kick goes out of bounds. So it is going to be a penalty against the Chieftains. But that was all set up due to 3 15-yard penalties on the Patriots. Had an unsportsmanlike conduct, a personal foul, and another unsportsmanlike conduct on the coaching staff. Very interesting situation. So 9 minutes and 23 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Chieftains lead 37-6. We've had the honor of having the athletic director, Mr. Rose, in the booth with us tonight. He's gave us some great information about the school, other athletic programs here at Sapulpa, some history on this game and some of the people involved with Sapulpa athletics over the years. So the Patriots will take over on their own 10-yard line. A lot of stoppage of play tonight with tons of flags. And they'll come out in the same formation they've been in all night long for the most part of this game. Their only touchdown tonight was to Obama Bell on a 45-yard reception. That is their first touchdown they've scored since week 1. He's a talented player. Best player on the team for them by far. So here we go. 1st and 10. Pistol formation for the Patriots. Jansen takes snap, hands it off up the middle. Absolutely nowhere to go. Plays blown up by number 51. Donovan Mosquito. So they do give him some forward progress there. It's only going to be a 1-yard loss. Great play there by Donovan Mosquito, number 51, the defensive tackle, getting in the backfield, getting the tackle for a loss.
Still have some chirping between the Putnam City West coaches and the officials down there on their sideline. Not sure what they're upset about, but one of the other coaches just had to go pull a guy away.
Well, they can't afford a penalty here. They're going to be snapping this from the track. All right, 2nd and 11 here from the Patriots on their own 10-yard line. Trips formation, running back to the right of the quarterback, takes a snap, fires across to the screen to Obama. He's going to be caught. And he cuts it up the field. That's good for about a 10-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and manageable for the Patriots, 3rd and 5. You know, out of all that's happened tonight, that kid sure is talented.
Extremely.
Really good player.
And he's the holder.
He does a lot. Holder, plays defensive back on defense. Made some incredible plays tonight for the Patriot offense.
Yeah, after he scored that touchdown, he's on the sideline celebrating and had to sprint out to hold the PAT.
Patriots in the same formation, drop back to pass, right back to number 1, and that's good for a first down. A 7-yard slant there caught by number 1, Obama Bell. And that'll move the chains for the Patriots. The ball will be on the 24-yard line in Patriot territory. It'll be 1st and 10. And I would just keep going back to him.
Why wouldn't you?
I would keep going back to him all night long. Maybe start the game out that way next week. But same formation, pistol formation. Jansen James takes the snap, rolls to his right, and he's blown up. Big time hit from number 7, Sequoia Hall. It did get the ball away, but it's going to be incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. 7 minutes left to go here in the 4th quarter. The Chieftains lead 37-6. You know, when there's things with the schedule that change and you're going on a long road trip, anything can happen. And I think that's, affected the Chieftains a little bit tonight. Just a lot of changes this week and a long road trip.
Short week preparation. My wife calls me a creature of habit, and I think a lot of athletes are that. We don't like our routines messed with, and you get a short week and it messes up your normal rotation of the week. So yeah, it's totally understandable. But there's always a but there. And you still want to see the play on the field, no matter if it's a Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, whenever. You still want to see the execution and reduce the number of penalties and mistakes.
Absolutely. We got another penalty here. It's a pink flag this time, but it did come from an official. We'll see what this is. But, I like Nick Saban a lot. I like to listen to his talks, and he talks about, when you're playing an inferior opponent, the standard never changes. And I know it's the same for the Chieftains, regardless of who you're playing, whether they're 0-5 or 5-0, you got to play your standard of play. And honestly, I think it's been a little bit below that tonight. As an athlete, you don't look for excuses. You don't look for reasons why things don't go your way. You just got to step up and play to your standard. So we've got a long discussion going on between the officials. Looks like this is going to go against the Patriots. We'll back them up. Personal foul against the Patriots. So that'll back them up. It'll be 2nd and about 20, I believe, inside their own 15-yard line. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Chieftains lead 37-6.
Maybe 21 to be exact.
Jansen takes snap, looks out left, hits Obama. He's got a man. He makes a man miss, and that's good for a 22-yard gain. Quick throw and catch there. from the young quarterback Jansen to number 1.
He's extremely explosive in the open field. If he gets his hands on the balls and he has room to run, it can be dangerous.
Yeah, I think if I'm the offensive coordinator for the Patriots, I'm throwing every play away in the playbook that doesn't involve number 1 because that's been their only success of the night. So 1st and 10 here. Jansen takes snap, hands it off up the middle, and he's met by a host of Chieftains. It's going to be good for about a 2-yard gain, a 1-yard gain. Ball on the 37-yard line, still in Patriot territory. Clock inside of 6 minutes left to go here. Patriots in the same formation, pistol formation, takes a snap, looks right, nowhere to go, and he's sacked. Number 11, Jace McIntosh, had an interception earlier in the game and gets the big-time sack coming in on the blitz from the inside backer position. Now, I haven't spent a lot of time with Jace, but he seems like a great guy. Obviously makes a lot of plays out here on the field. One of the top linebackers in the state, according to some reports. It's hard to get reports for high school athletes.
He is. You watch him play on the field, and he's very disciplined. He is a very hard-nosed player. Goes hard. He is quiet, as well. At least around me, I see him in the hall. He's quiet, very polite, respectful young man. He's a great kid. He's on our athletic leadership. Not another 10-yard punt right here. Just tell the guys to get away, run to the sideline.
Yeah, that is how the Patriots were able to score earlier. A short punt hit a Chieftain, extended their drive, and they ended up with some points on that drive. And we've got another penalty. It's going to be offsides on the Chieftains, so it'll be 4th and 8 now. We've got a timeout from the Patriots. So we'll step aside for a minute. Thanks for joining us tonight on Chieftain TV and ESPN Radio 99.9 FM. And we're back. 4 minutes, 13 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Chieftains lead 37-6. Putnam City Pirates are faced with a 4th and 8 inside of their own territory. Ball on the 38-yard line, left hash. And it looks like they've elected to go for it. We've got a wildcat formation. Well, it's the same formation but with a new quarterback, so we'll see what they decide to do. I'd go to number 1 if I were them. 4th and 8. Quarterback takes snap, looks to pass. Oh, and he had a man, but he dropped it. That would have been good enough for a first down. But that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Chieftains will get the ball back on the 38-yard line inside of Patriot territory.
They tear two groups that we have not talked about tonight, the cheer and ping pings that made the trip down tonight. Those are two groups of hardworking young ladies. I don't know if people realize how much they do, how much they're involved. You know, the pings are preparing for the competition season. The cheerleaders, they go year round. They get the month of June off, and then they start back in July, and they go year round. So it's thankful to have them here tonight.
Yes, absolutely. It takes a lot to get these games, or there's a lot that goes into these games. a lot of support from everybody involved, the parents, cheerleaders, pings, usually the band, color guard. The list goes on and on and on. Chieftain TV,
ROTC.
ROTC.
They do a great job with the presentation of colors.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Chieftains. There's a 3-yard handoff to number 25 Washington, the running back, in for the game now. Chieftains. Keep an eye for number 88 Brody Chalake, the freshman tight end. And this is going to be a stretch play to the wide side of the field. And he's chopped down for no gain, but we got a penalty. Looks like this is going to be on the Chieftains. I'm really excited about this freshman tight end, Brody Chalake, 6'6". You don't say that very often when you mention freshman.
No.
But I'm excited to see his career here at Sapulpa. He's made some plays early on in the season. If you looked at him, you would think he was a senior, but he's just 14 years old, just a freshman. So
Runs well, has great hands, uses his body well when he's out there for position.
So it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Chieftains after the penalty. 2 tight ends into the game. 2 receivers out wide. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, and he's got a hole. That's going to be good for about a 7-yard gain. Number 25, Washington. Be 3rd and 4 for the Chieftains. Inside of Patriot territory. Ball on the 32-yard line. Judd Merrill into the game at receiver. Logan Mason, the other tight end spot. Brody Chalake in the slot. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off. Play action. And he's got the Logan Mason out in the flats. And that's a good gain. That's a gain of about 12 for the tight end. We've seen him run this play a couple times tonight. Great throw and catch there from Logan Mason. Had me fooled with the handoff. It's a play-action boot. And another great pass from Braddock with a man in his face for a Chieftain first down there. So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball inside the red zone again for the Chieftains tonight. Ball on the 16-yard line inside of Patriot territory. 2 receivers at the bottom, an H-back and a running back in the backfield. 1 man alone at the top of the screen. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off, cuts it up the middle, running behind the Chieftain offensive line. And it looks like he's going to be tackled by a host of Patriots at the 8-yard line. So that's good for 8 yards.
You talk about multi-sport athletes. Logan Mason's another one of them for us. Great pitcher, left-handed pitcher for us for the baseball team. Being a lefty myself, former pitcher, I love watching him on the bump during baseball season.
I've got a good story for that right after this play. Braddock takes a snap, hands it off to number 25, Washington. Runs it up the middle. That's a touchdown. Touchdown for the Chieftains. No flags.
Thankfully.
Surprising on a night like tonight. So that'll give the Chieftains a 43-6 lead with 50 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. So my freshman year at Sapulpa, I played baseball my 8th and 9th grade year. I had a good arm, but I never pitched for it. Well, Coach Wilson, is he still?
He is.
Still at Sapulpa, all right.
Still at the middle school.
Well, we got some good stories we can add about Coach Wilson then. I didn't know he was still around. So he tells me to start practicing in the bullpen with the pitchers at practice, and the kicks away for Jack Madden, automatic on the year, gives Chieftains a 44-6 lead. So he tells me to start practicing. Well, it's the last game of the season, the last game of my baseball career. I just played football from that point on, and he says, hey, go warm up. I've never warmed up in a game in my life, so I go to the bullpen, start warming up, throwing all over the place, not thinking he's going to put me in the game. Come back, he asked me, hey, how did it go? I was like, it was awful. I was all over the place. So, all right, never mind. So I missed my one and only opportunity to pitch in a baseball game, and thank God I missed it. It probably wouldn't have been very pretty. So
I've got a similar story for me in wrestling. If you maybe comparing apples and oranges here, but I wanted to wrestle so very badly, and I've told Will Evans, our new wrestling coach, assistant athletic director, this story. I said, hey man, I used to wrestle and I was really good. He was like, really? I said, no, not at all. Long story short, I went winless in my 5th grade year. I surprisingly, being an offensive lineman my whole life, was a chubby kid, and I was not heavyweight. But but I was not the weight class below, so I had to wrestle heavyweight, and I lost every match. Now, to my credit, the first match of the year, go out, shake hands, I blew the whistle, I was pinned within 10 seconds. The last match of the year, I go out and make it through all 3 periods and lose by 1 point. So,
Hey.
it's one of those coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Well, at
Shoulda
least
stuck with it.
at least you can say you did it. I went and told the coach I couldn't throw, so I never got the opportunity. So Jack Madden out to kick this ball away. Chieftains lead 44-6. 50 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Jack Madden steps up to kick. It's an end-over-end kick. Headed to the sideline, but it takes a Chieftain bounce. And the Chieftains recover it, I believe.
We did.
Chieftain ball.
Amazing. 50 seconds left in the game.
50 seconds left to go. I'm sure we'll probably see victory formation as they got the 15 points they need for the playoff picture. One of my favorite things about Coach Wilson, we were playing baseball. If we messed up and had to run, his favorite saying was, "Hey, why don't you run down the street and tell me what color that red stop sign is? Make sure they didn't paint it." So,
He didn't ask you to go look for the left-handed baseballs?
no, he didn't ask us that. But we had to check on that stop sign
The red
very
sign-
frequently.
red stop sign.
Yeah. So the Chieftains will come out. Looks like they're going to take a couple of knees and get out of here with a win tonight. Move to 3-0 in district play, 4-2 overall. Interesting game for the Chieftains, but they did what they had to do to get the win. It'll be a timeout from the Patriots. Interesting decision there to take a timeout. This game is all but over. And the Chieftains will play Ponca City again Thursday night next week. So they'll get a little bit of rest and get prepared for another short school week, which is always tough. That's a whole day of preparation taken away from you when you play on Thursday night. Usually your walkthroughs are the day before on Thursdays. When you're playing on Friday, that moves that walkthrough to usually it's an extended walkthrough on Wednesdays when you play on Thursday. No pads, or maybe pads. Things have changed so much. I don't know what they practice in anymore.
They may go 1-versus-1s on Wednesday.
It used to be full pads with the knee pads, and now I don't ever see any knee pads.
Girdles.
Girdles. All right, so the Chieftains will come out in victory formation here. We'll see if the Patriots try anything. I'm not sure why they used that timeout. Guess they're going to leave it all on the field tonight. Takes a snap, and Braddock takes a knee. That'll run us down inside of 20 seconds. I think they'll have to take one more snap. Well, Mr. Rhodes, it's been great having you in the booth tonight.
Absolutely.
Looks like they're going to run the clock, so this game's over. It's a lot of good information. Thank you for making the trip and making this possible. Thank you for all of our radio listeners for listening in on 99.9 FM ESPN Tulsa. The Chieftains get the win here in Putnam City West after an interesting game, 44-6. They'll move to 3-0 in district play, 4-2 overall, and look to get that important 4th win next week, which guarantees them a spot in the playoffs. So don't miss out. Join us next week for another great game on Thursday, and we'll see you next week.
Pink out next week. Don't forget, cheer and pink mini clinic as well.
Pink out.
Pink
I got
out.
one pink shirt, so I'll be
That's
sure to
one
make
more
sure
than
it's
me.
ironed.
One more than me.
I just had a daughter, though, so that might change.
So that's good.
All right, we'll see you next week. Thank you.